All righty, welcome back to the big show. I'm Jamel Hartman. It's the Daily Hour brought to you by the BAC Group of Companies, Medical House Lindos, and People's Pharmacy. Folks, don't forget to subscribe on our website, follow us on all of our social media channels to stay up to date with all that we have going on. Help us grow beyond the mic as we do our part to continue to improve our community. Before we bring our guest in, I need a big favor. If you haven't already, whatever platform you're on, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter X, Instagram, name it, LinkedIn, take this moment to give us a like, love, follow, share the link with your friends, your family, your colleagues, subscribe if you haven't already, but help us beat the algorithm so that we can ensure everyone has access to these community conversations. Hey, it is Malcolm X Day real quickly, and Michee Barclay did say there's an event commemorating Malcolm X's 100th birthday today, 6:30 p.m. at Dellwood. Yeah, all right. 100 years old. And Karen Simmons says she's happy she's not the only parent who didn't allow her daughter to be a majorette. We've got Michee Barclay. We're going to talk about the Karen Simmonses of the world. All right. Celebrating 50 years Warwick United. Let's give a warm TDH welcome to Michee Barclay. All right, calm down. Good morning, happy Monday, and how are you?
Good morning, Jamel, the Daily Hour, Bermuda. I am good this morning. I'm a bit nervous.
No, don't do that. No need to be nervous. You're not a politician. We ain't gonna ask you no trick questions.
Look, you could put me out in front of a group, lead the group with my eyes closed, no problem. But this is nervous. I'm very nervous.
You know what's interesting about that? I'm going to use Michael Jackson, right? Because majorettes, again, I don't know how you all do it, right? You've got to walk this long parade route. You've got to know how to twist the baton. Then you got to dance to a beat. Like it's so much good, isn't it? But you got to go across hundreds of people, and how are you nervous? Michael Jackson, they say, was the most shy person ever, but you would never know it with the way he performed in front of millions. Do you guys have the Michael Jackson effect?
I guess. Well, yeah, we do because we are. I wouldn't say we are the blueprint for most of the major groups that have come and gone. So yeah.
Okay. Well, let's talk about it because first off, congratulations on reaching this incredible milestone. Let's go back because we're talking 1975, if my math's correct. How did you all begin? How did Warwick United begin?
Correct. So I wasn't born in 1975. Uh, my mom, who was then June Tuzo, she was a former majorette of North Village. North Village, they closed out, and her love and passion for majorette, she decided that she wanted to start her own groups. At the age of 18, she ran around her neighborhood, which is the Spring Hill area. She recruited some of her friends, her sisters, Debbie and Rita also assisted with her, and that's how Warwick Majorettes was formed in 1975. They actually trained at my grandmother's house on the railroad trail off of Spring Hill in 1975.
Okay. Thanks for the clarification. I didn't think you were born then.
She was then June Tuesday. I'm sorry, she was June Bailey. Sorry.
Bailey. Okay, June Bailey and Spring Hill. So, okay, 5 decades, right? How's the group evolved over that time as far as membership, performances, community involvement?
So, as the involvement happened in 1975, our first performance was actually at the agricultural exhibition in 1975, and they performed to a record. In 1976, she went up to work. She was invited up to Warwick Workmen's Club, spoke with the management, and then we started. They started training out of Warwick Workmen's Club. From then, in our first parade, I believe, was actually 1981. So actually, our group is older than the Heritage Bermuda Day Parade. So our first parade was 1981, I believe, and we had the honor and privilege to have the Bermuda Regiment Band to accompany us as our band. So we are the only major group in Bermuda that had that privilege of having the Bermuda Regiment Band be our band for that year. Then we evolved. The next year, we had to get our own band. My mother actually approached the Robert Crawford School, and they had some drummers there. So in 1982, we had the Robert Crawford Band actually accompanied us. In 1983, my mom's cousin, first cousin, Terry Flood, he actually formed our first Warwick United band. So that's how the group evolved as far as the band perspective, as far as the majorette perspective. It grew in terms of the numbers. We started
Mhm.
out only 20 majorettes in 1975, and then we grew larger as the years progressed. In 1985, I believe was the year we had the most majorettes of 120 majorettes that year.
That's history right there. And again, that Bermuda Regiment piece right there, that's something for the books. That's something for the books right there. Okay, just shifting real quickly. So when you get like younger people coming in or new people joining Work United, do you actually share the history and all of that, what you just shared with them? Like, do they go through like an orientation process or something?
Unfortunately, you know what? That's nothing we did have never really done that. No, unfortunately, we've had previous newspaper articles
Mhm.
citing our history, but no, we have not actually told our members the history. But in speaking with my mom, she is looking to do write a book about
Mhm.
the history of Warwick United Majorettes.
Yeah, no, that's incredible history right there. And I see we've got a lot of, I believe they may be just fans, but probably some of your teammates, Shalay Thompson, Walk Tall, Work United. Is that part of your slogan? Walk Tall, Work United, says Sharnay Richardson.
Yes. All right, ladies. Woo, walk tall, working out. Yeah. So walk tall was actually a motto from the Workmen's Club, I believe, either cricket or football team. I'm not too sure. Former radio personality Webster Tucker. He used to host. He used to be MC for the Bermuda Day Parade. So when we came down, he shouted out "Walk tall, work united," and then since then, that's where our motto
Mhm.
Walk Tall came from. That is our when you say that, we say it
Mhm.
with pride. Like you can walk down
Mhm.
the street if you see a former member, if you say Walk Tall, their response will
Mhm.
be Warwick United.
Indeed. All right. I know that now, folks. I'm learning today. See, I didn't need to go to college to learn about Warwick United, but it should be included in some curriculum. Let's speak about some of the events because you mentioned you started at the exhibition older than Bermuda Day Parade itself. You participated in numerous events. What events stand out as some of the most memorable over the 50 years for Warwick United?
I think for us, we have done a lot of first. For myself, some of the events, well, we have done numerous community events, school fairs, Barclay Fair, well, we used to be St. Brandon's Day Parade. One of the most memorable for myself and a few select members of the group is we actually were invited to perform on the cruise ships when they used to come in and dock into Hamilton. So we were the first group. I'm not sure if we're the only group, but we were definitely the first group to actually perform on the cruise ships when they docked into Hamilton. It was us and the ladies that used to do like the limbo dancing.
Mhm.
One of the most memorable, I would say, for all of the majorette groups at that time was in 1994. There was a contingent of majorettes that performed for Her Majesty, the Queen's royal visit in 1994. So it was a contingent of all the current majorettes, which consisted of Warwick majorettes, Hot Peppers, Dynamic City Rockettes, Uniquely Combined. So with that performance, I can't remember who were the organizers, but they actually wanted to bring in overseas coordinator to coordinate us majorettes to perform for the Queen, and they actually wanted us to like dance to country music and stuff. And my mom was like, "No, this is not happening. We have capable women here who can do this. This is our country, our culture. So you're not gonna, try and get us to march and perform American style. That is not us." So my mom, she spoke with the organizer. She had the support of the other majorette leaders, and she was actually selected to be the lead director for that performance. So, as me as her daughter, that, I was, very excited. That's a big honor and accomplishment for my mom to lead and direct a group. It would consisted of about 200 members. So
Indeed.
that was one of the most rewarding and memorable performances for myself, and I'm sure a lot of other majorettes as well.
I love that representing. Mom didn't back down. Nope, we're not having it. I appreciate it. But speaking of the culture, right? Majorette culture has definitely seen some changes over the years, right? How has Warwick United been able to adapt to the changes while preserving its traditions over the 50-year period?
Okay, so the group actually closed out in 2014. Yeah, the last time we performed was 2014, and unfortunately, some of the reasons with that is with the challenges with the social issues that were happening, and especially with our young men. A lot of our young men that were our drummers had, were skeptical about going to certain places around the island and stuff. So that definitely hindered us as far as going forward, as far as having a band. So our involvement is we're actually now coming back out, celebrating our 50th anniversary. And with that, we have invited all former majorettes to come back. So we have ages from, I would say, late 20s right up to 60 years old. So we're looking to possibly continue on after this year, but we've always, from the start, we've always been a nonprofit group. And our leaders didn't get paid for their services and stuff, and it's more because we enjoy giving back to the community, giving back to the culture and heritage of Bermuda. So the involvement of the group, I would say, is that we have always encouraged young people to come in um, with their talents and just be involved in a positive way within the community.
Indeed, indeed. Let's speak about what goes into it because we've had the Gumbays on quite a few times. We had Connect Burgess on from the Hot Peppers recently as well. But training and discipline are key aspects of what you all do as far as your performances. Can you describe what goes into preparing for something like Bermuda Day for Warwick United, especially bringing people back into the fold?
So as far as, okay, just speaking now with getting prepared for the 50th anniversary, I do want to thank my committee. I do want to thank my co-director, Anika Donowa, and I want to quickly thank my committee members, Nikisha Barres, Pittis Emery, Cherie Wilkin, Chelsea Richardson, Tiara Carter, Talia Barclay. That is my team. If it wasn't for them, this would have been a challenge if it wasn't for my team. So I thank you very much for my team. So for Bermuda Day itself, we usually start training in January, and our training days are Wednesdays 6 to 8. As we got closer to the parade day, we increase our practices to twice a week, and then closer to the parade day, we actually increase our practices 3 times a week. So currently we are practicing Monday, Wednesdays, and Saturdays in preparation for Bermuda Day. It is a lot of time being put in it. We do assist members, like if you don't know how to twirl, we do teach members how to twirl. Oddly enough, my mom is left-handed, but you would never think that she's left-handed with her twirling. Yeah, so that's very interesting. But yes, we teach our ladies how to twirl. And for me, myself, as far as my group members, I ask them for 2 things during Bermuda Day. Is to smile and lift up your legs. That's all I ask for. So that's how we prepare. We definitely have our trainings are consistent. We definitely put our boots to the ground. So yeah.
Was that a hint that you all may be dancing to that new Boots on the
No,
Ground?
absolutely not.
Okay, I was just wondering because I'm like,
Absolutely not. We will be marching with our band.
okay, I'm there.
Yes. So shout
Okay,
out to our drum corps. We have some old guys coming back, and again, they're gonna give us the beat. They're gonna have us, they're gonna have us stepping on the road.
all right. I love it. I love it. We've got, a lot of love. Audience, if you have any questions or comments for Michee, please send them through. Anika Lambert Francis, Warwick United, 1975 to 2025, 50 years. Yeah, my math was right. Zakia Drum sending you some love. Chanel DeShields. Hannah Higgins says, Warwick United, ole, ole. We are going to be so beautiful, proud, high stepper. Do you know how many people right now you may have as far as majorettes?
Yes. So we have 65 majorettes. We have 16 drummers, and we have 7 little pom-pom girls. So within our majorettes, we have quite a few mother and daughter duos, which I'm very, excited. Actually, my oldest daughter is actually joining me this year, so I'm very excited. This is my first time marching with my oldest daughter. So actually, so now the Warwick Majorettes have 3 generations. So my mom, myself, and my daughter. So we have,
I
yeah.
love it. I love it.
Yeah.
Angela Bills says, congrats, Shay and Warwick United Majorettes. Walk tall. We've got Anika de Shields. Warwick United is so mighty bad. We've got
I
Warwick.
I just want to say,
Okay.
Aunt Angela, so actually getting the history from my mom, how we did become the Bermuda Regiment is because my mom and Aunt Angela's mom were good friends. And her brother, Turkey Deal, is actually the one who was able to, get the regiment to be our band for in 1981.
Love it. That's that Noah Village connection too.
Mhm.
Audience, if you have any questions, come through. Community engagement. You mentioned something earlier. It's been a part of your mission, right? How does your group continue? I mean, I know you said there were some years you hadn't been present, but how can you continue to inspire and involve the younger generation to keep it going? And that's for both majorettes and the drum corps.
Well, yes, we're hoping that when they see us come out there, we will get more younger people involved in the majorettes. In the previous years, I felt that majorettes were no longer for the young, but the young at heart, because we definitely saw a decline of the younger ladies getting involved. We saw, when the dance groups started evolving, that's where these young ladies gravitated to, and majorettes kind of wasn't as popular. But we're hoping now, like, I'm getting kind of hopeful with my daughter actually being involved and a few of her friends. I'm like, okay, so maybe hopeful that the younger generation will now be excited and want to come back and join majorettes. So who knows? Maybe Warwick Majorettes revives majorettes in 2025 as well.
Yeah. I'm not trying to put you on the spot or make you emotional,
Okay.
but sometimes life is about legacy and carrying on things. How proud of you are you to carry on a legacy that your mother started 50 years ago?
I am very proud. I keep on saying I started majorettes when I was 2, but that's not the truth. I actually started in my mom's belly because she was pregnant with me when she was marching. So my first time parading was at 2. So I've been there for, yeah, you can do the math. And I hope that, I would love to pass it down to my daughters, but it's not something that is, they have to do. But with my strong support team and stuff, I think that we will be able to carry it on for a few more years, and maybe their kids will get involved with it. But the legacy of Warwick Majorettes is we've always had family involvement, and it's always been family orientated. And most people know that when you see Warwick Majorettes, that's Bailey's. But I'm hoping that, my team and maybe their offsprings can carry it on as well. So maybe we can do another 20 years.
Indeed. We've got Leanne TC says, I'm mad I can't return to beat the drum.
Bye, Leanne.
Three Dill says, Majorettes was life when I was young, so appreciative of my years with Warwick United. Sad I'm missing the reunion, but we'll be marching along online. So glad to see them back. When you see people who have participated, been part of Warwick United over the years, maybe they're not able to be a part of it. Some may have passed on. What does it make you feel like when you think of the impact that you've had over the last 50 years on so many people's lives and the paths they've taken in life in terms of career and personal?
It's quite humbling to know the impact that Warwick Majorettes has had on a lot of people's lives. On June and on Matika's name is known far and wide along throughout Bermuda. We got a lot of people. I feel if once you've been a Warwick Majorette, the pride that you have of being a majorette, and you know that you are a part of history. Like Warwick Majorettes is history in majorettes. We are the oldest group. We are the consecutive years as far as group as well. So I think it's very humbling, and Yeah, we're just excited to just come back and celebrate 50 years.
You say in the elders group, how important is the majorette culture to Bermuda Day, but not just Bermuda Day, but Bermuda overall?
Um, I think that is important to the culture, as again going back to, and as it's in our name, united. It's, it's the culture, the Bermuda Day. It's bringing the island together, being united, and I feel that um, I feel that to preserve the culture of the majorettes, us as parents, well, I'm kind of a young parent, but some of these older parents should educate their children on majorettes, because a lot of these younger ladies and drummers don't know the history and impact that majorettes have had throughout Bermuda and in the community.
Indeed. We've got a question. Karen Simmons asking, will Warwick Majorettes be involved in the joint celebration after Heritage Parade? Sorry, forgot the name. Is it like the competition or majorette explosion or something like that?
We have been invited to one competition. I believe now there's actually two, and actually they're not competitions anymore. They are extravaganzas. I see that there are two being held on the 31st. So we have not been confirmed for either. So that's not confirmed. I'm not sure if we will be participating or not.
All righty. We've got Sharnay Richardson asking, what are the financial costs to support a majorette group, and how can the community support assist with that?
So as far as our group, I want to say that our uniform costumes have been reasonable. We try to keep the cost as reasonable as possible. This year, the cost was $450. So $50 was the registration fee, and that registration fee covers all shipping costs, duty costs associated with bringing in the costumes. Because as most know, we import everything for Bermuda Day. And then it's $400 for the costume, and that it consists from your head to your toe. That's your hat, your plume, your uniform, and your boots. Um, so that's when you first start. Now, if you want to continue on being a majorette, then the only course that you would need for the next year would be just the uniform course, because we do reuse our hats and boots. So
Indeed.
the course would be a little bit less if you do continue on.
All right. Kashante Shalana says, Warwick United is family. I'm so blessed to be a part of this amazing and profound group. We have a question. WKD Lama, do you already have to know how to drum before joining, or can boys learn after joining?
No, yes, we have an amazing team up the club currently, and we do have senior drummers who do teach the younger drummers how to drum.
All righty. We do have Charles H. Jefferson II. He's asking, just curious, why have some mothers not been willing to allow their daughters to participate as majorettes?
That's a question you would have to ask the mothers. I can't speak for why parents wouldn't allow their children. I really don't know. I'm not sure.
Yeah, we can ask Karen Simmons and Miss Palacio. I mean, I'm just saying, they were called out. Look, 50 years. Congratulations on that. What do you hope the community takes away from Warwick United's 50 years in the game?
I guess what we can take away is that once you have a strong foundation, right, you have people who want to come back and be a part of that. So I feel that what people could take away is that they can see the unity of the group, the pride of our members of the group, and just the community, because we have a lot of support from the community itself and different partners. So I think just taken away from work celebrating 50 is just really just love, support, celebration of the group, and then of the tradition itself.
I once again, congratulations to you all on this. Wishing you a very, very big, happy 50 years of existence, and hoping that, look, the legacy can continue for another 50 with those who come behind you. And
Yeah.
I say this, I like something you said. There's no pressure on, your daughter to take this on.
Mhm.
I like that. If she's interested, let her go. But there may be other people and other people's daughters who may say, you know what, I want to continue this legacy on behalf of an organization that meant so much to me. So there's so many different ways to give back. Don't be a stranger. Thank you for making time for us, and all the best to you and the, are they called troops, the majorettes?
Group.
Group. Rest of the group.
Yeah.
The
Yes.
rest of the group.
Very much.
I'll be looking to cheer you on from afar. So thank you for making time, and congrats once again, Michee. And to you.
Walk tall, Warwick United.
Walk tall. Michee Barclay, folks, if you appreciated that conversation this morning, you know what to do. Give us a thumbs up, a love, a like. Make sure you share the conversation with your friends, your family, your colleagues. We're going to take our final break. We'll come back after this break. You don't want to miss this. I want to see if anyone can get this trivia question today. Chances are you ain't got it. Stick with us.